Hey, everybody, what is up? What is up? It is me, Mike Vanderpool. I am here today with the Make It Happen podcast, and I have a special guest here today, Jon Snyder, the managing director for Ohio Life Sciences. I'm really excited because there's an event happening here at the Toledo Tech Loft.
April 23rd at the Tech Loft. And so very excited about that at 4 o'clock, running 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock. And so, I'm with Ohio Life Sciences. We are the trade association for the life sciences industry in the state. And so with that, we advocate for our members. We look to build the industry, and we also look to connect our members. And so this is a great example of connecting our members with each other in the various regions. And so we're a statewide organization. The majority of the folks are based in Columbus. I'm based in Cleveland area. I do have a lot of family in Toledo area, but we are, regionally focused with regards to growing the life science industry. And so when you look at life sciences, it's really made up of those medical device companies, biotech, pharmaceutical companies, digital health, but also the research institutions. And so your Cleveland Clinics, Ohio States of the world, but University of Toledo, Bowling Green, and then a lot of the what we call the professional organizations or professional service organizations that participate in that space. And so you have specifically up here in the region, you have Highland, for example, very focused with a big life sciences practice, NAMSA, and of course, the institutions and a variety of companies that are either at the startup stage or are generating revenue and have commercialized. And so we are not a state organization technically, but we engage pretty heavily with the legislature at the state level, and also with groups such as economic development groups such as Jobs Ohio, great partner of ours. And then we engage with the regional economic development groups as well. So Regional Growth Partnership, RGP, Dean and Megan over there, great partners of ours. And we do that in all the various regional parts of the state as well.
Awesome. So this event here at the Tech Loft on April 23rd at 4 p.m.
Yes.
What's going to happen here at this event?
So this is a third in a series, what we call Pathfinders. And I really give Gene Powell with Spoke Design a great amount of credit for this. Gene's been a great partner with us. Love working with him. But we came up with a branding initiative specifically for the region called Pathfinders. And these networking events are really designed to connect the various partners who are engaged with life sciences in Northwest Ohio. And so our sponsors and our participants will provide a update, 5 to 10 minutes worth of information, share some slides, some key updates, and we'll hear from everybody from Spoke Design, but RGP, Connect Toledo, Highland, Toledo Tech Loft, and so all those folks are sponsors of this particular event. But this is our third one. We've had them in various parts of Toledo. In the past, I think the last one we had was at Wynn House. And again,
nice.
Great, yeah, exactly. Great partners with us there. We also had one where we had Mercy Health, Bowling Green, Advisability with David Eulahank, and also Principal Business Enterprises. And then Potter Technologies have all been part of what we've been doing here with regards to connecting the region. We usually put about 2 of these on a year, usually one around April timeframe and then one in fall as well. And well attended. We have about 50 registrations for this event coming up. And so
let's go. Nice.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll probably get a few more before the event and probably, have about 50 or 60 people actually attend. Food and beverage, so some apps and some drinks. We'll really focus on networking and engaging, and a great way just for people to connect. It still gives them their business day, but then also gives them their personal evening too. So it doesn't cut into too much of their time. But it's been really well received, and again, it's just a great opportunity for those in the region to share what's going on and to hear what's going on and continue to connect versus staying in a silo type of environment, which is easy to do. And so I give the folks in the region a lot of credit. They've been very supportive of this, our sponsors and participants. So it's been great to work with everybody.
And I'm really excited because our friends from Premier Pour will be serving beverages at the event. They do a phenomenal job.
Yeah, I just heard about that. That's great. Yeah.
Yeah, they do a great job. And I'm curious, is this just for folks in the life sciences, or can somebody like me who's just interested in what's going on and wants to be able to tell the story of what's going on here in Northwest Ohio and beyond, are we allowed in?
Oh yeah, you're definitely allowed in. I think it's a great opportunity for those that are not heavily connected to the life sciences, or maybe tangentially as far as being engaged, just to learn more about what's happening. And you're going to see a variety of partners. I mean, RGP will be there. They focus not only in life sciences, they focus in other areas as well. Spoke as well. So a lot of our partners and sponsors in this are not 100% solely engaged. So yeah, feel free to go to our website, ohiolifesciences.org, and you'll see the event listed under events on our page. And basically just click on that. It'll take you to the Eventbrite page, fill out a few boxes, and you're registered.
Awesome. Do you have time to talk a little bit about just the state of life sciences in Ohio?
Sure. Yeah. Always happy to talk about that. Yeah. So, very vibrant. I mean, a lot of great activity in the state, obviously with the 3 Cs, Cleveland, Columbus, and Cincinnati, but a lot of activity up here in Northwest Ohio as well. University of Toledo, Bowling Green, ProMedica had a lot of activity. Obviously, they've had some changes, over the past year or so. And then Mercy Health with their engagement as far as Bon Secours. So, a lot of good research is being developed, and out of that, spurs a lot of innovation. And then with that innovation, you have startups. Startups hire people. Startups raise money. They have an economic development impact. Eventually, those technologies get to the market, and then you have even more and more job creation with that. And so, I would say it's vibrant in so many different pockets in the state. We're fortunate with Jobs Ohio to have the Ohio Discovery Corridor, which if you go from Cleveland down to Cincinnati, it's roughly a 4-hour drive. And the institutions in that area, really are on par with those that you see, in the Boston and the West Coast areas regarding research, all within a 4-hour drive of each other. And then obviously the activity in the region in Northwest Ohio is strong. And then even in Southeast Ohio, I'm an Ohio University grad, they have a great activity down there with regards to the Innovation Center, helping to set up startups and moving those forward. They've had some really good wins with diagnostic hybrids, getting acquired by Quidel, and then some other ones like Sterling Ultra Cold also. So a lot of innovation in all pockets of the state, which is great. And then recently there's been the announcement over this past several months of the various industry hubs. So glass up here in Toledo, you have Dayton, you have Accolith Polymers, and all those tie into life sciences because those materials are being used in either a med device or maybe a biotech pharmaceutical that's being developed. So there's a lot of connections into the whole life sciences arena here.
What are some of the challenges and opportunities that we might have as a region with what's happening and what you see happening potentially within the life sciences field?
Yeah, I think it really comes down to 3 words: talent, space, and funding. So talent, having the CEOs who can take these technologies further, and then giving a CEO who's maybe never was a CEO before the opportunity to move that forward. And half of my career, so I've been in life sciences and med devices for over 30 years. And half of that was at companies like Steris Corporation in Cleveland area and Cardinal Health. So companies that, Steris was a smaller company when I joined them. When I left, they had 4,000 people. And so seeing a variety of growth there. Cardinal Health is obviously a very big company, but then the rest of the companies I've been at were startups. And I put my own companies together, I raised venture capital, but I had the opportunity to be a CEO in residence with a Northeast Ohio, Cleveland-based accelerator called BioEnterprise, which gave me the entree to be a CEO. And with that, put my first company together, Neuros Medical, in late 2008. That company has since gotten FDA approval, is now commercializing. I transitioned to an advisor, but that talent piece is just so key because we need those jockeys, so to speak, to take things forward. And you have them in the Toledo area. I mean, they exist, and there's a variety of folks that are engaging with UT, BG, Mercy Health to move those technologies out of those institutions, get the company stood up, get them through their first milestones, get some funding, and move things forward. And so, the other two words, space and funding. So space, you look at wet labs. And so a wet lab is basically where a drug is developed. For example, you're going to need enough wet lab space so that, the researcher and then the startup that gets developed has the ability to work on that and actually find what they call the molecule. And so that's their main piece of the drug that they're working on in order to get into those first initial what's called preclinical or animal studies to show that it's safe. And so we want that activity to happen here in Ohio. So many times there are researchers that invent some technology at a Case Western or another institution in the state, and then they get an attractive offer from another state to bring their technology there. And next thing you know, they don't come back. And so space is always a key area that we look to focus on. And so a lot of the accelerators and incubators, they're expanding their space. They're adding new space. They're building new space throughout the state. So that's a key area of focus. And then funding. So you got to fund these startups and move them forward. Nobody can do this for free. And so, you need funding to basically pay folks, but also, the research to get things executed. And one of the great advantages we have over the coasts, as far as the Boston area, the East Coast and the West Coast, it is so cost effective to develop your device, develop your therapy, develop your health tech idea here in the state. It's amazing just how much more your dollar goes here in the Midwest. And I've had a lot of discussions with VCs on the coast, and they were always so amazed at just the price of rent here compared to the West Coast and the East Coast. So that's a huge advantage. Your dollar goes much further. So those are always areas that we want to continue to support and create that awareness of as a trade organization, as far as the actual funding needs for our companies as they continue to move forward here.
I like to say that we have literal green fields to build on here in Northwest Ohio, right? Yeah. And then the other thing, folks might not know this, but major companies have done a lot of their market testing here. I know Taco Bell's done some testing here. Macy's, when I worked for Macy's, did some testing here for some of their brand, for some of their new lines. So we have a very, very representative population here in Northwest Ohio that you can test out quite a few of your ideas, innovations, and get some good feedback here from a representative population for sure.
Yeah, very true. I know Columbus was big in that as well years ago. I don't know if they still are as big, but yeah, I mean, you're right. You look at the population, Ohio is almost kind of like a microcosm of the U.S. when you look at it. I mean, politically, the ethnicity, the industry, all that. You see so much of what the U.S. is really kind of boiled into Ohio here. And also, it's not only is it cost effective to do work here and develop your idea, your technology, you can reach so much of the state in a short amount of time. I think it's over 60%, which is phenomenal. If you're specifically coastal based, you're really adding a lot of time and a lot of cost to actually reach your customers. Where, as you know, look at I-75, the crossroads of America there. It's so easy to access so much of the U.S.
I-75 going north and south. You've got or 80-90, the turnpike going around. You have 24 that can get you over into Fort Wayne and over in Indianapolis pretty quick. I like to say we're the heart of the heartland here in Northwest Ohio.
Yeah, very true. Yep.
Awesome. So what's you said this is the third event. How many more events do you have?
We plan to keep doing 2 a year. That cadence seems to really work well. Gives folks the time to hear more and more about it. Allows us to engage more and more sponsors. Again, very excited to have Toledo Tech Loft, Connect Toledo. We've never worked with them before, but we love these spaces. Like Winhouse has a great space. Really looking forward to being at Tech Loft. And I think Toledo has some great things going on with regards to the meeting space and also the working space, the co-working space. So, we'll just want to continue these and move them forward and continue to make them, thematic, focused on maybe certain areas. But again, this gives just these, the sponsors and the partners of these events, just that opportunity to share what is really going on and what's important that they want to update everybody on it and communicate.
Awesome. Yes, Evan Marsh over at Winhouse is done, and his team have done some phenomenal things, and they're a great asset that we have here downtown Toledo. So the event on the 23rd. One last time, how can we connect and make sure that we get on the list so we can show up and have a good time? Sure.
Yeah. So go to ohiolifesciences.org and go under events, and then you'll just basically be able to scroll down. You'll see the event. It's called Pathfinders. It's called Pioneering New Directions in Life Sciences and Healthcare. Just click on the graphic and it'll take you right to Eventbrite. There's a little more information on the event, but then you just basically click on Get Tickets. If you see a box that says Enter a Code, sometimes that pops up on Eventbrite. There is no code, so just submit your information, and then you'll be good to go. And look forward to seeing everybody out there.
Awesome. Jon, is there anything else that you want to share before we sign off here?
I think that's about it. If anybody's interested in joining our organization, so we are a membership-driven organization. We have about 300 members here in the state. Also, we rely on sponsorship dollars as well. So, check out our website, check out the membership information, and then you can just submit your information. We'll reach back out, have a call with the folks, talk more about the organization. And then, again, just look to continue to grow and support it as it goes forward here.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the event. I'm looking forward to learning more about Ohio Life Sciences and connecting with, sounds like cool people doing cool things. And that's what the Make It Happen podcast is all about. So, Jon, I appreciate your time, and I look forward to meeting you in person next week.
Sounds great, Mike. Really appreciate you putting this on so quickly and getting the word out. We're really looking forward to it, and I look forward to seeing you next week.
Awesome. Thanks, everybody, for taking a listen here. Jon Snyder, Managing Director for Ohio Life Sciences, and their networking event here at the Toledo Tech Loft, April 23rd next week. Sounds like a great place to meet some people who are doing some fun stuff, and we will see you then, and we will see you hopefully in the future as well, Jon. Have a good one.
Thanks much.
All right. Take care, everybody.